Now, on the heels of Charlie Kirk's assassination, the Texas legislature is investigating reports of bias and prohibitions on free speech on college campuses in Texas. Texas Speaker of the House, Dustin Burrows, and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick created House and Senate select committees on civil discourse and freedom of speech in higher education. The committees will meet jointly to study and issue reports on bias, discourse, and freedom of speech across Texas college campuses. They said in a statement, the state of Texas has a responsibility to ensure its publicly funded institutions foster open dialogue and do not discriminate against students, faculty, or staff based on their beliefs. Political analyst Royal Alexander joins us now. And Royal, this incident is about free speech on college campuses. My first thought, because we first questioned the span of free speech when we heard college students sounding off about the Israel-Hamas conflict. Is this similar?
It is similar. The difference is that those college students are not public employees, and that really is the distinction.
All right, so do school boards have the ability to silence teachers?
It's a little closer question because public employees do have free speech rights, but they're more limited because they are public employees. It's like a balancing, Brenda. On the one hand, if what a public school employee is addressing is a matter of public concern and they're speaking as a citizen, the speech is probably protected. But on the other hand, if it's disruptive to the school, which is of course the core mission is to teach students, if it's disruptive to school operations, or perhaps it even undermines the credibility of a teacher who is saying things very inflammatorily, pro or con, I think that speech could probably be limited.
Let me ask you this. If the teacher had made a comment saying, this is terrible, the assassination is terrible of Charlie Kirk, and students were offended by her comments, would we still be having the same conversation today?
I think we would. The First Amendment absolutely says we can't have viewpoint discrimination. And what you're describing is viewpoint discrimination, pro or con Charlie Kirk. What I'm saying is that absolutely can't be the analysis. The only analysis in a public institution with a public employee is whether or not it is disruptive to the normal operations of the school, pro or con. Somebody can speak all they want about a topic as long as it's not disrupting the teaching of their classes, the flow of the school. And it is a closer question because they're also a public employee. It's not like you or I standing on the corner of Erie Drive on a public sidewalk and we don't work for anyone. We can say what we want all day long. It's a little different when you're a public employee and you work for the government. It's not that you don't have First Amendment rights, it's just that they're a little more limited because here our main focus is to educate students.
Right. What about the First Amendment? Are you concerned that it's in jeopardy at all?
No. These things work themselves out. And so many of these things are factual determinations. If a teacher, you have a right on your own time to say things as inflammatorily as you want. You can be inflammatory. Are you undermining your credibility as a teacher so that your students are somehow no longer receiving your message? Because you do make some sort of concession by saying, I'm going to come work for you, government. Mm-hmm. You give up something by saying, I want to be your employee. So it's not quite the same as just being out on a public sidewalk saying what you want.
Got it. All right. Thank you, Royal Alexander, for joining us this evening. Right now, we want to turn our focus to weather. We're still in summer months, still quite hot out there.